Welcome back. Welcome back to a little showcase tour around the server here on the McMeddon Hall. We have plenty to see, plenty to show, and we start off where we were last time in our little balloon. Ah, this is fantastic. However, yeah, so do we want to start? Do we want? Let's go. Well, our first visit leads us today over to the oak forest, where we have, alongside a little river, we have our one of our patron villages, where you can already see they are scrambling around the area quite a lot, and yeah, so we have there quite a lot of villagers that have a little speciality. Let me show it to you, because these villagers have names, and these are all catched up from Patreon, and these are all individuals like you and me that were so friendly and yeah, helped supporting all of this. Yeah, we will take a little round trip from village to village and have a look how the villages currently are looking. Well, as you might be able to see, these villagers, yeah, are basically a little bit different from the typical ones. They're quite close to the originals. That's what my intent was. But if we go in here, so we have only one door for this building that has typically two. And if I go up here, we have a little bit more modified balcony. And yeah, this one, if I go back out, this building to my right has even a little underground. Yeah, underground, never mind. However, yeah, these buildings are a little bit modified and a little bit enhanced to have a little bit more fun. Most of the villages also have a town center integrated, like this one, with the trees and the market stands that are all around it. And yeah, you can also typically find here a few little details that are scattered around, like this bell is partially included. Oh, there's one more thing that I need to show you. In case you have ever troubles finding biomes or seeds, I also included these yeah, plants that you can basically collect. Even the buildings have all these yeah, little insides, and also have plants like this one, and sometimes even a little storage room down beneath. Oh, also with plants. We touched this topic in the last video regarding the rivers, but yep, you can see that there are azalea plants, we have the sugar cane, we have a few bushes around here, and plenty of resources like sand, a little bit of clay down here in the water. If it's the first time on these words for you, and you are looking for these wonderful, oops, if you're looking for the villages around the world, the spots for these villages are mostly dedicated by the area that where they can fit. So a flat area near a river or maybe a valley might be ideal for it. So either rivers or little plateaus are a good spot for them. But you will never find them close to the spawn, because I always try to avoid these areas. So I decided to basically put the villages more outside into the region. But yeah, they're just beautiful, aren't they? Anyway, let's go to the next one. Well, the next village that yeah, we have basically here is the tiger village that have been added like 2 weeks ago or so, or 1 or 2 maps ago, I think. Well, at least they're in now. They have been a little bit modified, not too much. Mostly the base and the walls have been modified, including with new trapped, not trap chests, with modified chests. So loot would be up here. and a few little design upgrades, but not much, because I like the style pretty much as they were. And so yep. Oh, one design thing that you can see is maybe the stalls, where this time can now mob spawn. So you have the ability to get cows and sheeps as you wish. So there are mob spawners. They're pretty slow actually, but yeah, you have now the ability to get every single passive mob via these stalls. Without the problem of not spawning them. So this was mostly regarding a few players had the problem with it, that they wouldn't find anything. Technically that they spawn around the world here, but for some players they don't seem to find them. So this was an option to give them to play the game. Anyway, let's go have a look inside them. A few builds like the well and one of the buildings behind me here, they are pretty much heavily modified. So the well goes way deeper now. It has this chain, it has a bell inside it. The building on the top there is increased in size so that there fits more in it. The area is quite big actually, and the river split it a little bit of the village apart, but that's fine actually. So we have here to my left, or to your right, we have here, oops, we have here this beautiful building. That is the library actually. Then we have back there in the background we have a few more housing villager houses. And then we have also a little balloon in the background there that we can also explore. So for now, let's check out the library that has been heavily modified actually. So let's go inside. So this is the entrance, if we look directly in front of it. Then we have this little entrance. So as you might already see, this the original library is way different. It's not as big as I hoped. I thought about adding maybe an underground floor, but we have, of course, we have here loot, we have bookshelves, plenty of it. Also a lectern, 2 lecterns actually. Back here is another little chest that you can loot, and yep, an upper floor with even more library. Bookshelves. The best part about all of this is with this village we have basically a downstream that goes all the way to the ocean, where we can drive with the boat all around as we please. Let's go to the next part. As promised, there should be also some ships around here. So, oh yeah, there are 2 spawning. Great. So, yep, there are around the coast and also here on the ocean ships spawning, as mentioned in the first video. These ships are the first iteration, basically, or the first version of the new upcoming ships, with this ship lineup being basically only the cutter. So there are different ship types, and I focus on the small ones that are, if you really carefully look, they are completely based on the vanilla ship types, but we have now added this wonderful sail that basically indicates this is a cutter. And as you might be able to see, I have added different ship types. So this one is a storm version, and back there we have a full complete version that is basically ready to sail, where this is stormed basically. So the what it should be indicating is basically that this ship had a major accident during a storm, and the sails basically ripped apart. It's hard to come across or drive further, and these can either land up on the shores and or basically drive out here in the ocean. So the ship is pretty basic so far, I would say. It has these little storage space in the front. Then we have the main axis here in the middle, that also continues all the way into the back. Also storage one layer further down, and then we have the basic captain's cabin that always extends all the way into the back. There at the moment there are 70 variations of this ship, or of this ship type actually. So there is Storm, there is what? What a coincidence. I was about to say there is the normal version that we had seen at the beginning, and we have this version which is still the Storm one. There's also an alternate version, and there are it does look pretty hidden actually. So in one of the savanna biomes, further out on the shore, we have one of these flipped ones. So this is one version, and there's another one back there. That is basically flipped over. We have some storage around here, and sometimes there's even more loot around all of this basically. So yep, this can be also be found. I think there is a stranded one that can also happen. Oh yeah, and then we have some wild spawn. Yep. Back here should be somewhere another type of the flipped ship, or broken ship at least. And then we can see it on the horizon. The birch oak variants with loot. And we can also go a little bit further in. We have there the second. Oh, there's another loot chest. Great. Yep. Well, this is, as you can see, this is the wonderful ship that is banking there on the rock and lapping over the beach. There's one more little village type that I need to show you, and this is a little bit further away, and it's the most recent addition to the type of villages, and it's the desert village. It's a quite complex one. A lot of work has been done on that to get it working. This will be a quite interesting one that we will see in a second. And after a long drive and a little walk through the desert and the savannah, we are here at one of two desert villages on this world. There is quite a lot of stuff going on. So first of all of the buildings have been basically completely redone and improved in various ways. Added details, a little bit of added structures, basically modified the whole structure themselves, or added plenty of details, especially with the towers. So you can see at the socle, or at the bottom, we have the support foundation that is holding the corners, and then at the top we have all of these little roofs. And I have a few ideas how maybe to improve the desert village even more, by adding a few little wooden roofs above them, and a little bit maybe more foliage, I would guess, because these little villages are quite dry actually, but I would like to add a little bit of foliage into them, so that we would have a little lovely village that we can also live in. However, let's go explore. So first of all, the village is directly between multiple savanna mountains. Back there also goes up the Alpines, up the snow mountains, as you can see. They're quite far away actually, and quite tall. But yeah, so we have a little river that stretches from this mountain, I think, all the way down. We can take a look. We have this little one that is winding down between all of these, and this turned out so well. It's okay for now. Let's see the village. Alright, there is quite a lot of stuff going on. So we have wells, we have these little village buildings. There is actually a little bug with this building. I think, yeah, this might be up here too. Probably. Not completely. Okay. A few more buildings have this issue, like this one, I think. Or not. There we go. Oops. Maybe captured a few villages in here. No, I really love how it turned out so well up in the sky here with the bell. Oh yeah, then we have down here we have the butcher. that has here this oven and workstation. Oh, and I almost forgot, we have also this temple. So this is a complete upgrade to the normal temple. But we can show it inside, which is not really spectacular. So first just a little upgrade, I guess. So the outside itself, it has these additional pillars and these things. The towers on the outside have been raised. The roof has been a little bit modified, stuff like that. But it's still in the yeah, I would say in the Minecraft range, I would argue, and that's where I want to have it. Well, there's also the second village that you can see down there. That is around the world. A little bit. Nah, it's not too close, but it's close enough, basically. Basically as a secondary option to the first village, to have a few more different buildings and chance to get something like the tannery that is down there. That is absolutely fantastic. Oh, let me show you what I mean. Look at this. This is so cool. I came up with the idea after research how tanneries kind of works, or what they even are, because I had no clue what they do. And it's basically for the leather workers that are working here. So a really cool benefit with these is that the cauldrons actually attract the villagers from over there. Technically, they should also work here. I'm not quite sure why they don't. Maybe they're in the free time because the sun is quite low. But yep, these cauldrons, they attract villagers, and they start to work in these little ponds where they stay, and then in the evening go back to the houses. Well, these villagers, as they run around in the village, it's quite messy actually. But we have this wonderful building over here for the archer. A great thing about these villages is that they have these partially huge fields now. So they have been completely yep, copied basically from the vanilla, and I love them so much that they are staying mostly like this. So not everything in vanilla is bad. So I really love these fields. So they're gonna stay. Well, I would argue I showed you plenty of today of the world of Garrow Hall. You can also find this, of course, as always, on the server here. So right now for the season 1. And yeah, you can explore it for yourself. So if you're interested, there's the jungle, and there's plenty to find there too. But the jungle will also get probably an overhaul in the future soon. So stay tuned. Anyway, I hope you liked this little showcase and this little world tour. And yep, so I hope you had fun. Take care, have a good one, and as always, check the description for more details about all these projects. Have a good one. Bye bye.